Hi, it is Moji or Bored Black Girl. A new month is here, so it is time for me to update my 12 book challenge. Now we are halfway through the year already, which is very quick, honestly, but I have read a lot of books this year, and I actually decided for my next book that I would read something different. Now for June, as you guys know, I read Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This book, I'm not really sure how to feel about this book. You guys will see when I talk a bit more further in my my books and beauty video, which I have coming out very soon on this book. But yes, and then soon my next book, which is my book for July, is a book that I originally started reading but did not finish, and I'm deciding to pick it up again, which is Hot Streak by Susan Johnson. This is a book that I just randomly got for free one time after I was on a date, and it's old and it's thick and it's short, so it'll be a very interesting book to read. I remember having a hard time getting through it the first time, so it'll be interesting to see how I get through it the second time. As always, I'm using my 12 book challenge digital journal that will be linked in the description in my Etsy store. So let's begin. So we're just gonna scroll through and you can see all of our past books. Now it is time to first fill out the rest of our Love on the Brain section. Now let's see, what kind of rating would I give Love on the Brain? That's a good question. I'm not sure if I want clean or messy stars, but I think I prefer messy stars. But what rating would I give Love on the Brain? I don't want to be too harsh on this book because I feel like that's kind of what it's gonna seem like, because I didn't really like the book and I wasn't super interested in it or connected to it. Oh, hold on, I'm messing up my art. So there we go. That is why I am giving the Love on the Brain the Love on the Brain. That's why I'm giving Love on the Brain 2 stars. Because truthfully, I think that my somewhat like for the book does not excuse my disinterest for the book. I think that if you like a book, then you really like it. Just because you like some parts or you liked the ending of a book doesn't mean you like the book as a whole. Now let's get into things that I hated, loved, my favorite characters, and my most memorable moments. What did I absolutely hate? I think I hated the miscommunication the most. I feel like that could have easily just been like, B, I actually don't hate you. But they really waited until like the last chunk of the book to have the romance, which is like not really the way I like to read my romance. Ignore the way I spelled miscommunication. Anyways, what else did I absolutely hate? Oh, I will be honest, I don't want to say I hated it, but I disliked the fact that B forgave Annie. I know that it's kind of like a personal choice thing, and it's like, oh, she did it to like, you know, put it in the past and be like, oh, Tim doesn't have any control over me. But like, that's still your like, you're not even like regular best friend, like your school trenches best friend and your fiance for no reason too. Cheating is just gross. And the worst part is you do it for no reason. That just makes no sense. I'm not gonna say if you're gonna do it for a reason, but don't do it for no reason. That's just stupid. Is there anything else that I hated? No, I don't think so. Absolutely loved. That's a good question. What did I absolutely love about this book? Okay, you know what? There is something that I do think I absolutely loved, which was Levi's sort of a desperation for B. His desperation for B was something that I enjoyed very much because we got to see him really prove, like, I really like you, B, when it came to, like, you know, the sexual aspect. Because it was just interesting. And I think it was fun because we really got to see B be, like, romanced after, or, like, I don't want to say lusted after. But I think it was nice to see B see his perspective of her and sort of watch him devolve into this desperation. Was there anything else that I absolutely loved? I'll be honest, I don't think so. No, I don't think I absolutely loved anything else. I don't have, like, really strong feelings about this book. Favorite character. Would I say that I have a favorite? I don't think I would. I don't think that anybody stuck out to me specifically where I was like, yes, like, I really like you. No, I wouldn't say that anybody stuck out to me in a way that would make them a favorite. Favorite quote. The one that's coming to mind right now is when B is talking to Levi, and I think she's kind of like explaining, like, oh, you know, you can be yourself around me, like, I'm not gonna treat you the way your family treats you. And then so he goes, like, you can destroy me, B. Okay. I believe that he says you can destroy me, B. I'm not fully sure. Or is it you could destroy me? I don't feel like being extremely accurate and going back to the book, so I'm so sorry if that's not the right phrasing for it. Most memorable moment. What's the most memorable moment? I'm trying to think, like, when I think back on this book, what screams out to me? I actually do have a most memorable moment. And I'm not sure if you could, like, see my reaction as I realized what it was. But yeah, it is a erotic scene where where B is doing something for Levi, and then soon it describes as like he like grazes something through her cheek. I think that's my most memorable moment, because I remember reading that as I was uninterested in the characters, because like they were having romance and like erotic scenes. I was kind of like, I don't really care about these people, but that quote kind of stuck out to me. So I think that is the most memorable moment. Okay, now this is my let it out section where I can just essentially dump out whatever I am thinking or feeling about the book as I prepare to move on to my next one. Okay, what do I want my final thoughts about this book to be? Here's what I wrote. I think Love on the Brain is a book for people who prefer a slow build up to romance. Although in the end I did find B and Levi's romance cute, I think it took much longer to get there than I liked. It was hard for me to read 2/3 of the book and be uncertain of when the romance was coming. And because of how long the book felt to me, by the time the romance did come, I was uninterested and disconnected from the characters. I feel like a simple conversation could have cleared up things between B and Levi, but they continued this miscommunication and Levi chose to wait before telling her. Hold on. But Levi chooses to wait before telling her how he feels. I did enjoy watching Levi's desperation and how clear his feelings were once he did finally tell her. And it was also interesting to see B's perspective of their romance, because although she was aware that they did have a good thing, she was trying to keep herself safe because of her past with Tim. And she ended up hurting Levi because of this, you know. What she thought as a kind of a simple way to go about whatever they were doing was like hurting Levi. Although he was expecting her to be a little bit untrustworthy when it came to romance, I think that he was surprised that she chose to saw what they had simply as kind of like a small kind of a small mingling, if you will. But I do want to say that I understand that Ali Hazelwood chose to make it that way. I don't think that it's like an, oh, she automatically has to change it. I just think that it's something that I don't like in my kind of reading. Maybe it was because this book had a lot of big words that I didn't know and was talking about something that I really didn't know much about, that it felt kind of like a drag. But yes, the truth is this book felt really long to me for no reason, even though I know it wasn't. I think because I was just forcing myself to read through science and no romance and oh, he hates her. It was kind of like, oh gosh, when does it end? But okay, now that we have filled out our let it out section, it is time for me to go back to our library and fill out our book for July, Hot Streak by Susan Johnson. All right, we're just going to fill out the basic details for this book, like title, author name, genres, and tropes. Okay. Now, I haven't officially started reading the book, so I'm not going to fill out my time frame for reading. I honestly don't think that I ever really do, but we're going to fill out our book format, which is, as usual, paperback. Freaking out over here. For our genres, we have erotic, because I think this is a little bit NSFW. We have contemporary romance. Now let's get into our tropes. Now, the tropes that I can remember just off the top of my head are second chance. This is second chance romance. I believe she's also a single mother. I'm not really sure if that's a trope, but I feel like it is kind of an important part of her character and a part of the story, because obviously you can't have a romance with someone's mother without like the child interfering somehow. So I'm also gonna put that up there. I wonder, he is an actor in the book. He's like our love interest is like a celebrity or actor. I wonder if I should put that as a trope. I don't really think that counts. Honestly, I wonder if I even know what tropes are at this point. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Now, obviously, I'm missing one last final touch. There we go. Now, obviously, because I haven't read this book, at least not to completion, I can't exactly fill out any other portion. So that is all we're going to be filling out for this book this time. Okay, now that we have finished with updating our journal, I think it is time that we update our goal tracker. Now, it's looking like I have missed a few check marks. I apologize. But I have finished, how many books? I believe 6 books. So we're going to add this one right here. And then number 5. And then number 6. Ew. Ignore the way my check mark for number 5 looks. Ooh, that does not look like a check mark at all. Okay, I'm so happy that I am honestly super close to my goal of reading 12 books this year, and I'm happy that I've stayed consistent with it. Now, if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to give it a like and comment down below your thoughts on this video. If you are interested in my 12 book challenge or my 12 book digital journal, you can check that out in my Etsy shop, Work Black Girl Prints, in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out my other social media, and also make sure to check out my reading blog and book review of Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. It is time for me to go. Goodbye, and I love you.